T.B.Photo X1.5 TFX, and welcome back to another video. Well, a bit of the holiday season is behind us, and yeah, we just have New Year's, and I think the most of us are very happy to leave 2020 behind us. So it's just a year of hindsight. But anyway, I thought I'll do a little bit different in this video. Well, I managed to get these three video cassettes or VHS tapes off of eBay a few months ago. It was around the same time where I started my CMS 1-star scuba training. And what it is actually is a series of videos, how-to videos about underwater photography, a subject that I've talked about before and something I am really itching to get into when times are more appropriate for it. But anyway, well, I thought I'd just give a shout out because I managed to get these, but who uses VHS tapes nowadays? Very few people indeed, in my experience. But what you can do is actually you can send tapes in for conversion from from VHS to DVD or even USB on a memory stick, and that's exactly what I did with these three tapes. That I managed to get them on both three separate DVDs and a USB memory stick, so I could watch it on my computer and maybe even download them to my smartphone or any other handheld device. But anyway, I thought I'll just go through this little series of videos that are very much late 80s, early 90s in their layout and so on, but more about that later. Still, the tips, tricks and techniques that are in these tapes were actually quite usable, or rather they seem to have a very good, baseline for you when it comes to the intricate parts of underwater photography, excuse me. But anyway, I thought I would just go through a little bit of each and every one of these tapes. I know that the first one in this series was actually posted here on YouTube, but apparently it was removed for whatever reason. I can only speculate it was copyright reasons. But anyway, I thought I'll just go a little bit through these. First off, we have the first tape, Basic Underwater Photography. And I'm just gonna read on the back side of the cassette here what it says. The most comprehensive instruction video for the beginning underwater photographer. You'll be taken through your first moments with your Nikonos 5, which is the camera that is used throughout the entire series. But if you modify the techniques a little bit, it can be used in both the Nikonos 4A, the Nikonos 3, or even digital photography with some modifications, but some of the techniques, tips and tricks are universal throughout photography, regardless if it's film or digital media. Anyway, Nikonos 5. From assembly of the camera body and the lens to achieving professional results with the world's most trusted and popular underwater camera. Join world-renowned underwater photographer Martin Sutton in Grand Cayman, and if you want to see an adventure in Grand Cayman, I would really recommend Diver's Readdy and his Grand Cayman adventure. It is here on YouTube, and I'm going to put links to that channel in the description. For a one-on-one beginner's underwater lesson, including all you need to know from the store to the water. And some of the features in this video is how to assemble your camera, testing the system, choosing the right film, how to achieve correct exposure, so they talk a bit about the exposure triangle, focus and the effects of refraction, choosing subject matter, composition, shooting for an audience, checklists and skill reviews, cleaning the system and changing film. Well, so at least gear maintenance is, some of the most important parts of scuba diving. Tips and advice not found in the Nikonos manual. And here's a little bit about the instructor, the main person. Martin Sutton is the founder and co-owner of Fisheye of Cayman. Fisheye is Grand Cayman's first and best known underwater photo center. A prolific author and photographer, Martin's stories have been published around the globe. He is a co-author of the famous Cayman Divers Guides and Shalom Cohen, I don't know how to pronounce that. Each year, Martin leads small groups of underwater photographers to remote and exciting dive destinations worldwide. Yeah, a little bit of also this VHS, or rather all three of these VHS tapes. Yeah, I think this is almost a historic artifact by now. But anyway, even as it says, it's VHS 50 minutes color, 1991. These are NTSC, they're not PAL edition tapes, which was a little bit for me being Swedish. We use the PAL system. It has, I think, a little bit to do with what type of current we have in our outlets and so on. But anyway, that's the first video in this little series. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, good. Secondly, we come to this nice little video here, and it is advanced macro and close-up photography for the Nikonos system. This one was very interesting in my opinion. This is probably one of my favorites. Well, the second in the series of instructional videotapes that feature the Nikonos 5 and how to achieve professional results with the world's most trusted and popular underwater camera. Entertaining, colorful and easy to understand. Review Skin Diver magazine. Join well-renowned underwater photographer instructor Martin J. Sutton as he gives a one-on-one lesson in macro and close-up photography with the Nikonos 5. Learn about those two dazzling yet simple formats from choosing equipment to your first moments underwater with the system. Choosing macro and close-up equipment, preparing the system, choice of film, achieving correct focus and exposure, positioning the strobe. That's a really great little tip and trick in my opinion, that flash photography underwater. Keep in mind then that the Nikonos 5 was the only manual focus camera in the Nikonos lineup that was able to use TTL, or through the lens metering for flash. The Nikonos 4A that I have here, you can use something like the SB101 that has a outside meter, so this one will actually give you the equivalent of a type of TTL metering, but it's not through the lens, it's through the sensor, or TTS then. Yeah, anyway, positioning the strobe, choosing the subject matter, working with subjects, special effects, checklists and skill reviews, tips and advice not found in the Nikonos manual. Special bonus section, camera maintenance. So yeah, this one is also really interesting, and I have some of the extension tubes and the close-up kit for the Nikonos system, and they go over it quite comprehensively in this video, so really good indeed. Let's see how we're gonna do this so it is all able to be shown like so, maybe. And then the final one, we have gone through the basics, we have gone through close-up, now we have wide angle. So yeah, advanced course wide angle underwater photography with the Nikonos 5. Let's see here. The third in the series of instructional videotapes that feature the Nikonos 5 and how to achieve professional results with the world's most trusted and popular underwater camera. Same thing here, enticing, colorful and easy to understand Skin Diver magazine. Martin J. Sutton, basically the same thing. No, not really. Martin J. Sutton, one of the world's best known underwater photo instructors, introduces you to wide-angle photography. In simple steps, he teaches everything you need to know to begin to shoot the versatile and dramatic format. What is wide-angle? Choice of equipment, use of viewfinders and wide-angle strobes, properties of the wide-angle lenses, composition and the rule of thirds. That's something that is really in use in normal photography or land-based photography. That's the rule of thirds. The distant diver shot. So some of you might have seen all of these images where you have a subject matter in the foreground and in the background you have a silhouette of a diver. So Martin will actually go through in this video how to achieve that effect. Diver portraits, silhouettes, wide angles for close-up. So that's also a little bit of a callback to the previous video for close-up photography, but now using wide angle. And if you look at another guy on YouTube, the Canadian master of scuba diving, yeah, you're gonna see it in the description here, who also has his ideas of wide angle photography and close up. So yeah, silhouettes, wide angle, close up, checklists and skill reviews, tips and advice not found in Nikonos manual, special bonus selection, working with models. That's actually kind of an interesting part as well. Not really, but as a general thing then, these 3 videos actually, here's the thing I can do, and if it's any interest out there, these videos I would very much want to share with you here on this channel. But as I've said before, there was someone on YouTube that actually published the first one in this series on YouTube, but it was taken down, and I can only presume for copyright reasons. But the thing is that all the skills in these videos are equally applicable no matter who is teaching them. So I can basically do videos where I myself in the future try these different techniques, utilizing both digital and film photo equipment for diving and underwater photography. Might not be the same quality as these ones, but the techniques and ideas and tips and tricks in these ones are just as valid today as they were in the early 90s when these were published. So yeah, what I really would like to end this little video about is that this little trilogy of videos actually made me want to visit Grand Cayman and some other diving places that I really put on my bucket list. And yeah, I thought that this would be a little bit of a nice share. And if you guys out there in YouTube land, if any of you have these videos yourselves, I would really say that you are sitting on a treasure chest of underwater photography video tips and tricks. So if you have them and you have the ability, please transfer these onto DVD or any other digital media for safekeeping and for the future, because they're really worth preserving, in my opinion, especially now when also film photography is making a bit of a resurgence. Yeah, I mean, in the first video here, they actually talk about the difference between using color reversal film for prints and using slide films, and they actually in this video they talk about the Kodak Ektachrome, which has actually been reinstated. It went away and Kodak has started to make it once again. So this video they actually reference Kodak Ektachrome, and in this video for close-up and macro they actually talk about Fuji Velvia 50. So they talk about fairly slow speed films in these ones because of the finer grain structure. But most of us today, I would reckon, we use mostly color reversal film, because that can always be scanned in a flatbed scanner set to negative, and you can edit your films in things like Lightroom and Capture One or any other editing software you might choose. Photoshop, Aurora HDR, take your pick. But anyway, I thought that this was all for me for now, and as always, this is Tobias Bergström from T.B.Photo X1.5 TFX, and I'd like to see you guys in the next video. And as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care from now on. Bye.